30 years. That's the sentence a federal judge just imposed on Bronx rapper Kevin Perez, better known as K-Flop. But this wasn't just a music career gone wrong. This was years of violence, gang activity, and a federal jury deciding he needed decades behind bars. Today we're breaking down why. Not speculation, not comments, but every reason the judge gave for this enormous sentence. According to prosecutors and court documents, Kevin Perez, aka K-Flop, rose rapidly in the drill rap world, earning national attention by 2021. But prosecutors say his fame coincided with real-world violence, shootings, gang robberies, and a string of incidents that terrorized parts of the Bronx. He was linked to a crew known as Southside/DOA, which law enforcement says engaged in a sustained pattern of armed violence beginning in 2020. In March 2025, a federal jury convicted Perez of racketeering conspiracy, attempted murder and assault with a deadly weapon in aid of racketeering, and firearm offenses related to those crimes. These convictions stem from a series of shootings and violent acts while Perez allegedly led Southside/DOA gang. He was acquitted of the murder and the death of 24-year-old Oscar Hernandez after his defense argued self-defense, but the remaining convictions still carried a massive sentencing range. On December 16, 2025, U.S. District Judge Louis J. Lyman sentenced Perez to 30 years in federal prison plus 5 years of supervised release. The judge called the defendant a man of promise who destroyed his own future with violence and gang leadership, emphasizing that Perez had glorified his crimes and contributed to the cycle of deadly retaliation on Bronx streets. Assistant U.S. Attorney Jay Clayton said the sentence was meant to remove a violent gang leader from the streets and address the rampant shootings Perez and his crew allegedly carried out. There are several key reasons Perez received 30 years. Number 1, pattern of gang violence. Federal prosecutors documented a string of shootings over several years, beginning in 2020, allegedly carried out by Perez and his co-conspirators in the Southside/DOA gang. The violence wasn't isolated. It was a sequence of retaliatory gang-motivated incidents. Number 2, racketeering and firearms charges. Perez was convicted not just of a single act, but a racketeering conspiracy, which means the government proved a broader pattern of criminal conduct connected to the gang enterprise. These charges carry severe sentencing weight. Number 3, glorification of violence. According to the press release, Perez used his platform, including music and social posts, to celebrate and endorse violence, taunt rivals, and threaten retaliation. Judge Lyman cited this as part of the reason for a longer sentence, saying Perez helped create a culture of violence. Number 4, impact on community. Assistant U.S. Attorney argued the violence struck both rival gang members and innocent bystanders, contributing to widespread fear and physical harm in the Bronx community. Although prosecutors asked for as much as 50 years, Perez's defense asked for the minimum of 10 years, citing his troubled upbringing and arguing he was influenced by older gang members. Earlier in the case, his attorneys even argued that Perez's intellectual disability made him incapable of being a gang leader, a claim the judge ultimately rejected. So what does this mean? This sentence effectively ends Perez's music career, and at age 22, he's now facing decades in a federal penitentiary. Even though he was acquitted of the murder count, the racketeering and firearms convictions alone were enough to produce a massive sentence, one the federal prosecutors and the judge saw as appropriate given the pattern of violence. As this case continues to unfold through appeals or additional filings, we'll break down every document the government and the defense files. Thanks for watching.